Good morning, everybody. Linda Pellegrino back with you here on Senior Radio Buffalo, an educational radio show devoted to our senior community. And we've got something very important to talk about this morning. We have some folks who are now with Absolute Care at Aurora Park, and we're going to talk about all the new things that you can look forward to there. And these folks know all about it. Let's introduce Stacey Bastian, who is an RN and administrator at Aurora Park. Hello, Stacey. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you today, Linda?
Very good. Stacey, you are the new administrator. Talk about to me why you decided to join this team.
Well, back in March when I was approached by Ed, he is part of RCA and owns Absolute now, took over the management of the organization. They approached me about coming out here to Aurora Park for an opportunity as the administrator, and honestly, it was without hesitation that I accepted. I previously worked for Ed through one of his other organizations and grew up with them for 20-some years that I was employed through their company. I took part in many different roles, learned their ways and their commitment to excellence in the care to the individuals that they provide. So I knew I would have great support backing me taking on this new venture.
Maybe for our listeners who aren't sure what Absolute Care is, Absolute Care at Aurora Park, Stacey, maybe we can talk about the types of care that's provided there.
Absolutely. Our facility is a 320-bed facility, and we service the community by providing subacute rehab care. We have long-term nursing care. We offer respite care. Individuals who want to come here for a short-term stay, maybe their primary caregiver in the community has an appointment or an obligation that they need to take care of, and they can have their loved ones stay here for a short period of time and receive excellent care. We also offer dementia care. We have a locked-secured dementia unit that specializes in activities catered to individuals who unfortunately have the diagnosis of dementia or Alzheimer's, where their focus is to provide quality care to those individuals. One of the exciting changes we have here is we now have in-house dialysis treatments. We partnered with Dialyze Direct, and instead of individuals, especially during the COVID pandemic, having to go out to the community and receive dialysis services, while they're here at our facility, they can stay in the comfort of the newly remodeled building, receive dialysis services, and then have the energy to take part in their therapy services so that they could be at their optimal level of health.
Oh, that's great. And maybe, Stacey, you can remind our listeners where Absolute Care at Aurora Park is.
We are located right in the center of East Aurora on Main Street, 292 Main, right in the village. We have a large campus, beautiful grounds with a stream running right through it. One of my favorite parts about being here is the nature. You can look out the window at any given time and see the deer just walking through and doing their things, and the residents really enjoy that here as well.
Wow, we're speaking with Stacey Bastian, who is an RN and also new administrator at Aurora Park. This is Absolute Care at Aurora Park, and she's talking about some of the new things people can expect there because of the new ownership. And I know one of your goals for the new Aurora Park, Stacey, is transparency. And maybe you can tell us about how what your approach is to that.
Absolutely. Transparency is important, and unfortunately, with the company of the past, there were a lot of broken bridges, due to a lack of communication with the family members and the individuals we serve in the community as well as for the residents. So my goal coming in here, along with the new ownership, was pretty simple. It's transparency. It's a commitment to excellent care, simply because the residents deserve it. We should be providing the care to the individuals we serve as we would expect for our own loved ones. So, COVID has presented quite the challenge. We can't exactly do the live meetings and face-to-face that we would normally do, but we have been thinking out of the box, and we started Zoom meetings routinely, not only with the family members of the loved ones at the facility, but also with the community too. It's important that everybody knows, what our goals are, what our progress is, and our mission, because they're a part of this too. We want to work together to make sure that we become the shining star of East Aurora and the 5-star facility that this community deserves.
And under this new ownership for Absolute Care at Aurora Park, I understand improvements have been made at the facility. Maybe you can tell us about those.
Absolutely. They have a newly remodeled gym. I believe it's 3,000 square feet. That offers training areas for the individuals that have subacute rehab that mimics the home, whether it's stairwells, whether it's kitchen, whether it's bedroom or bathroom. Individuals can practice their skills so that they could go back home into the community successfully and prevent rehospitalization. In addition, I've already touched on our dialysis services that we have here in our dialysis den that is newly remodeled and built. In addition, our dementia units have recently been remodeled too, with new flooring and paint and fixtures to, again, create a home-like environment for the residents that we service.
It sounds, Stacey, with the new ownership for Absolute Care and Aurora Park, and with your goals of transparency, it sounds like this is really we want people to really take another look at Absolute Care and what you offer, because entirely new people are in place.
Absolutely, absolutely. And, we offer our accessibility as well, whether it's via phone or email, through our website, or through the Zoom platforms, where, we want to speak to the community and to the individuals that we service. We want to tell you about the new things because we're proud. And, again, it's simply because the residents deserve it.
Absolutely.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here, and that's why most people go into healthcare. The residents deserve excellence, and I won't settle for anything less.
We're speaking with Stacey Bastian. She is an RN and new administrator at Absolute Care at Aurora Park. Let me give you her information. If you're interested in Absolute Care at Aurora Park, you can contact them at 716-652-1560. That's 652-1560, and their web address, www.absolutecare.com. And also, with your other improvements, I notice here that you even have employee technology, which is improved.
Absolutely. We recently did an upgrade not only to the Wi-Fi here in the facility, but all of the employees here have received new computer equipment so that we're more efficient in our practices. The goal is to have the direct care staff spend time with the residents, and service them. And we can do that and achieve that by being efficient, with our required documentation, where it's not taking an excessive amount of time. The important thing that we need to do is spend time with our residents and provide them with, their needs.
Stacey, you touched on this as new administrator at Aurora Park with Absolute Care, to talk about why you decided to join the team. And you had said that, people who go into this normally do have a caring gene and really love what they do. Maybe you can tell us what kind of personal stamp you would like to put on your tenure there.
My philosophies, as a nurse and just as a member of the community is to make a difference. I have 3 daughters, and it's important to me to set an example and a legacy where, you go above and beyond to assure people's needs are met and service them in a way that, I think if you have that higher belief, that's what our purpose is. That's what life is all about. And, if I can make a difference in the lives of the individuals that are here, especially in a vulnerable time, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing.
Stacey, if anybody who is listening thinks that they have a need for Absolute Care at Aurora Park, how might somebody, would they go through their doctor to be referred to you? How does that work?
Certainly. They can go through their physician, if they're home. If they are actually in a hospital setting, they can certainly speak with their social worker. or the physician caring for them. In addition, they can certainly reach out to the facility too, and we will be more than happy to spend time, speak with you, answer any questions that you may have. It's a difficult choice, and most individuals don't live their life saying my goal is to end up in a nursing home. But the reality of it is, when individuals have needs that families need assistance with, it's a difficult choice, and we want to be here to give you information so you can be knowledgeable and make an informed decision and know of the services that we offer here at the facility.
Yes, and we mentioned those at the very beginning of the interview, so I'll mention those again. But Stacey Bastian is the new administrator at Aurora Park. She's also an RN, and Absolute Care at Aurora Park is located on Main Street in East Aurora, just a beautiful setting. And yes, some of the services we will be talking about in future tapings, of course, will be long-term skilled nursing care. They have short-term rehabilitation care, dialysis, memory care, and complex care needs. So it sounds like, Stacey, whether you might need Absolute Care for an extended time or just a short time to rehab, you can do it all at Absolute Care.
Absolutely.
There you go. I like it. All right, Stacey. Once again, welcome. Stacey is the new administrator at Absolute Care at Aurora Park, and we want people to know they are under new management. So the goals are new. The things that they have are brand new. They have made very nice improvements to their therapy gym, facility improvements, employee technology. And they would like everybody to know and come on by and take a look at Absolute Care at Aurora Park. Once again, Stacey Bastian is our guest today. Let me leave you with their number and website, Absolute Care, 652-1560, or www.absolutecare.com.